So I was wrong and I apologize. Let's get to the video because it will be a short one, but one that gives light to the status quo. This episode draws out the war and hatred between the Spacians and the Earthians. It also portrays a lot of emotional moments that a lot of us might be able to relate to. We start off with everyone surprised that Goel proposed to Soleta and he immediately gets rejected. In class, it is confirmed that Soleta is still the holder since she won the rematch, wearing a different uniform from the other students. Them uniforms are high tech as fuck, by the way. Like just being able to change colors. Goel apologizes to Miorine for being a douche and destroying her greenhouse as a part of the deal. Man, oh man, this dude acts like he doesn't like Soleta and the tsundere vibe just radiates off from him. On the training ground, Soleta immediately fails her test because apparently she needed to recruit a team that consists of a mechanic and a spotter. But everyone seems to reject her, not wanting to have problems with the Jertek family. Jeturk family or anyone who's against her. In the process, Chutuari Panlange also fails her test due to the sabotaging of some Spacians, blackening the window of her mecha? Drone? Mecha. With slow-acting spray. Nika tries to help Soleta and introduce her to the Earthian house, which everyone was open to but Chuchu, because she hates how the Spacians treat Earthians. Ellen offers Soleta a place at his house to help her, but Miorine out of nowhere objects and takes her away, offering to be both her mechanic and spotter, showing off her scholastic prowess, while Soleta, well, she still struggles and we find out why. On the news, we find out what the deal is with the Spacians and Earthians. Apparently, the Earthians invested their tax and labor to the space industry but never got compensation in any shape or form, only giving them poverty and not enough food to go around. It's basically like a major company hiring people to work for them but barely or not at all get paid for it. Chuchu is a very prideful Earthian having family that lives on Earth. Miorine wakes up and wonders why Soleta is working so hard, and we get one of the biggest moments in this episode. We find out that Soleta's dream is to build a school in Mercury to attract young students willing to learn and maybe hopefully colonize it. Everyone thought this was a great idea, so they sent her to, I still can't pronounce the name of the school, but Astacacia, giving her good luck charms and messages. With everyone counting on her, the pressure is on. We get a glimpse of the bitches that's been quote-unquote pranking them to fail the test. The next day, Soleta and Miorine starts the test. Everything was going well until the same slow-acting spray blinds Soleta's vision. Even with Miorine's help, they kept failing since she's still new to mechanics and spotting. Multiple retries later and the other big moment happens. We get to see that even with the big heart and willpower Soleta has, she still has her breaking point, giving up on the exam and explaining what's been bothering her this whole entire time. She cries and breaks, thinking that her dream will never happen because she will fail, breaking the hope of her people on Mercury. Thank the Lord and Savior that Chuchu exists, giving us this moment. God damn, if her skull ain't broken, she'd at least probably be in a coma. That punch was strong enough to knock out Goku. That's a joke. Again, Dragon Ball community, before you type anything or think of anything, it's a joke. A fight breaks between Chuchu and the Spacian bully. Soleta tries to stop them but gets hit, giving Chuchu the chance to knock the bitch out cold. This episode ends with Chuchu hesitantly inviting Soleta to join the Earth House, and the next episode will be titled Reflection in the Icy Eye. In an Icy Eye. Alright, so I was wrong on what I thought the next episode was going to be about, and that's okay. We make mistakes, but with how things are going so far, it seems like not every title will mean something actually bad or grand. It does seem like we're gonna have a little bit of slice of life episodes before the twisted turns of the series, but it could also be just that. Nothing more, nothing less. Not a lot happens in this episodes, but we finally get to get an idea of why the Earthians and the Spacians hate each other. I mean, the Earthians have a legit reason, but I'm not sure about the Spacians. Guel seriously radiates the Tsum Tsum vibes and it's interesting. There's not a lot of male characters that display this type of attitude, and I'm definitely interested in seeing more of his progress in the future. At least he wasn't gonna be a pushy suitor like other side characters. Although, Suletta and Myorine are still my number one ship. As much as Myorine denies it, she actually cares for Suletta more than just being her ticket to Earth. There's a scene that makes me question her actual intentions. When Ellen was inviting Suletta to his house, she pops out of nowhere preventing this from happening. Coincidence? I think not. This school is massive and the chances of Myorine suddenly just popping out of nowhere in the nick of time is not that high. Myorine could possibly have been watching her this whole entire time. Anyways, we get some minor information on what Soletta's actual purpose for going to Astacasia's school is. With major expectation and the hopes of her people, there's a lot of pressure weighing on her shoulders. It does seem like even with Soletta's capabilities, the fear of failure still gets to her, and that's pretty much everyone. And that's great characteristics. Being able to show vulnerability makes a good character. Development arc. I don't know why I paused, but I did. In terms of the Earthian and Spacian kerfuffle, I can relate. Working and putting your time on a company that wouldn't give you enough compensation sucks. Trust me, I worked for a coffee shop before, and people are just unlawfully bitchy about the smallest things. This scene is super satisfying and I could watch it on loop all day. I feel like besides her own dreams, Suletta will be the bridge that will help out both parties come together and come to terms with the whole situation. The next episode seems like it's going to be another slice of life episode, maybe featuring Myorine or Ellen. No one else in the series has icy eyes like them. Like I said, nothing too major or grand really happens in this episode, so that'll be it for today. Have a great day and take it easy. Peace.